Let's go.
Yo, here we go. It's Mr. Young.
Building, are we okay? Are we live?
I think you might have to say it's foreign in the building one more time to really get the oomph.
It's foreign in the building, bro.
How are we doing? Okay, we have come across some technical difficulties. We apologize for that. I think Tony Khan, he's upset that we haven't been talking about his product much at all. So he's decided, you know what? F these boys. Let's make life difficult for them. Okay, guys, let us know if anything feels a little bit off, a little bit funky. Fazli, are you sure audio soft or you turn your volume down? Everybody else, please help me double check, please. If the audio is off, we need to fix that shit because we need to give you the best oral pleasure. A-U-R-A-L, brother. A-U-R-A-L.
Yes, I mean, if you want to do oral, so I'm fine. I mean, whatever makes it work, bro. Like, I'm down for anything at this point.
The other one is only on OnlyFans. I mean, Patreon. Sorry.
Yes, Patreon. Okay, guys, let us know if anything is wonky, anything is soft, S-A-W-F-T, or, you know, if our video is laggy, let us know, okay?
If anything is soft, I have a pill to recommend.
Hey! I mean, at your age, Mr. Young, I don't, you know, no judgment, no judgment.
Excuse me, Edison. It's good to see you, Fazli. It's good to see you, Zayden. I saw you in the chat earlier as well. I'm looking crispy as food. Hey, I appreciate that.
Oh, nice. Hey, Mr. Young, the setup is getting there.
Hell yeah, call me McCrispy, baby. That's how we do.
All right. Yeah, I'm just too bright right now. I'm like shine bright like a diamond.
Shine bright like a diamond. That's right. How are you, my brother? How's your weekend? How's your week been?
It's good. It's good. As who's pro say, foreign go SPW event late. Start also late. You see now, dude, I am getting fucked by all sides, bro. Now I go Grapple Max kena kacau. Go SPW kena kacau, bro. When will it end for me, Mr. Young?
I don't know, but you know what? Hey, as long as there's lots of love, you're getting fucked with love. I mean, you are getting effed with love, then it's a good thing. Am I right?
Yes, that's true. You know, speaking of Red Bull, guys,
boy. Oh.
I just popped off on my first Red Bull can. I think we're gonna need it because it's a late start.
Oh,
we
here we
shall see how it goes.
Things are finna get crazy, and then we got Nashwan in the chat already stirring the pot, bro. Already stirring the pot. He said 2 letters already, very triggering. Okay, it is absolutely a thing. You even like posted like the clip of what we talked about last week, as it relates to Gen Z and your lack of affinity for a certain entire generation. Is there anything you want to say regarding this generation known as Gen Z, my friend?
No, bro. I did my research. I realized 6-7 is not a Gen Z term.
Yes.
It's a Gen Alpha term. So if nothing else, I have no issues with Gen Z. I just have issues with people who does this thing. So whether you're a Gen X, you're a millennial, if you do that, that is what you're gonna do to my balls, okay? You just 6-7 it, okay?
I thought
that's what you all can do.
Hey, actually, my generation boomer, like that means angkat bola. You know angkat bola? Of course you know angkat bola.
Yeah lah, of course lah, Mr. Young. So they all want to 6-7 my balls, feel free to do so. I'm more than happy. Carry on.
All right. Well, that's it. It has been an exciting weekend for me. I have to say. You know, I don't know if you saw my Insta stories, but I was at the newly crowned The Kallang. You heard, right? The sports hut is now known as The Kallang.
It's fine. I mean, as long as it's not the Etihad or the DBS or the OCBC, I'm fine.
Hey, there's an OCBC Aquatic Center, okay?
Can lah, that one's fine.
But yes, the newly coined The Kallang. I think that needs a little warming up, not gonna lie. You know, the Angmos will be calling it The Kallang, but whatever the case may be. Talking about the not indoor stadium. Indoor stadium is Jackie Chung. See, it's weird. It's a weird dynamic, right? So, okay, you know who Jackie Chung is?
Yeah, I've heard the name, yes.
Okay.
Taiwanese. Singer?
I believe he's from Hong Kong. I can't remember. Oh my god, I should know. It's my generation. Anyway, he is considered one of the 4 heavenly gods of Mendo pop and Kento pop.
Oh shit, I think I know this.
Yes.
I know this, bro.
So there's this era where like these 4 men, they had all the hits when it comes to all the Mendo and Kento pop, right? It's Aaron Kwok, Jackie Chung, Leon Lai, and I forgot who the 4th one is. Chat, if you're as old as me, reveal your age right now and tell me who I'm missing out right now.
Andy Lau.
Oh my god, yes! Wait, Andy Lau, Leon Lai, Jackie Chung, Aaron Kwok. Yeah, we got the heavenly 4. There you go.
Okay. I have no idea why I know that, but somehow my brain produced the information, bro.
Right. Hey, well done, sir. So, Jackie Chung was at the indoor stadium. Blackpink in your area was at the National Stadium. It was wild. This weekend, it was packed to the brim. And then it's very funny because they will filter the people. You go right if you're Blackpink, go left if you're Jackie Chung. And here I am in my 40s going to the Blackpink concert.
I see. So go left, Jackie Chung. Go right, Blackpink. Go to the back, got Naito. Is that what you're trying to say?
Oh no, Saturday he already won. I mean, it's no secret, it's no surprise. I'm not jumping ahead, but yes, we are going to talk about Naito, the huge, some might even say controversial, definitely eyebrow-raising decision to have him become a champion.
So it's interesting. Well, we'll talk about it in a bit. Wait, Najwan say what happened to your camera foreign?
Fazli said he spilled lotion on his camera. That's what happened.
Then they start all the lotion jokes. No lah. We, like I mentioned at the start, we are right now using Discord as our main. Okay, I think you're the technical expert. You can give them more context, but I don't know why it's not showing my normal camera quality. So I mean, fuck it, bro. I don't want to get the listeners to wait another half an hour for us to sort that shit out. So
I don't know. I don't know if you guys use Zoom a lot, but for whatever reason, Zoom has been giving me issues. Like it won't even. Hey, someone needs to check. Does the Khan family own Zoom? Is that what is going on?
Hey,
but yes, for whatever reason, Zoom won't connect. It's super laggy, super crashy. So that's why we made an executive decision right at the last minute. We're like, F it, we're not going to make everybody wait. Thorin can look like some pixelated fella from 1995. It's okay as long as his words of wisdom are here and the Red Bull is here. We're good.
Alright guys, you don't need to see my handsome face, guys. You just need to hear my voice, and you all need to jerk off to my lotions. That's all you all need to do, okay?
Bro, what?
So,
wait, what?
What?
That took a oh, look. There's even a little thumbs up emoji that comes out when he thumbs up. Discord. Okay, there you go. Hey, what if you flip the bird? What happens? You flip the bird, do the Austin tweet. Hey, don't have Discord. Step up your game, lah, bro. Whenever you do that, Austin needs to show up. What?
If that does it happen on Twitch, bro? If you do like nonsense shit like that, does anything happen or is it all good?
It depends on what program you're using, but there you go. Okay, that's the third, I think, swig of Red Bull. We are finna go crazy. We got Survivor Series War Games to talk about, and I'm gonna just put it out there right now because we'll talk about it later, right? I'ma say mid. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's 6-7 to me.
Oh,
I think so.
Shit! Oh, okay. I guess we're on the same page. Okay, I can't wait to talk about War Games in a bit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, well, I have a lot of thoughts. About whatever went down in pro wrestling, not just in the US, but here in Singapore as well. Yeah, and I think is that Sir Who's Pro? Sir Who's
yes.
Pro is, also, I happened to chat up with Sir Who's Pro at SPW Tranquillo as well. So I think I'm glad that you're on the chat, and I'm pretty sure he has a lot of thoughts as well to share about what we're going to discuss later on.
Oh, I can't wait. I just want to say one more thing. Blackpink are currently performing their final concert at the National Stadium. So I hope everybody who's a Blink has enjoyed their weekend. I have to say, they stepped up their game from the last time they were here 2 years ago. I was there as well.
Oh wow! Okay,
yes, I noticed the pink background where you are. So yes, I see the tribute, brother.
Of course, black and then pink
in your area. Oh my god! Okay, here we. Did anybody else go? By the way, let us know in chat. Yes.
One last question on Blackpink before we talk about the wrestling stuff.
Okay.
So I've heard people say, ever since they went off and did solo stuff, when they come back, they're a bit like not feel like a girl group, a bit all now got their own vibe already. So like, how was it like them performing their Blackpink songs and their their solo songs.
Okay, I don't want to dive into this. Oh my god. So I don't want to dive into this realm because you know how wrestling, like the internet wrestling community has its own, like every little thing need to nitpick. Oh, did Triple H look at John Cena a certain way? It means they are not getting along, you know, that kind of shit. Oh, K-pop has that shit, but times 1,000, bro. Like somebody doesn't high five another person. Oh, they are feuding. Oh, they hate each other. You know, it's even worse in the K-pop fandom, okay? So I'm not even gonna go there. I will say that my wife looked at me and said, hey, this Jenny, like, not putting a lot of effort. But
Okay.
she's always been like that. That's always been the criticism. Like, hey, like, she doesn't dance as hard as Lisa. Or maybe Lisa just raised the bar a little bit too high.
Oh, really? Okay, interesting. Okay. Personal question, who's actually your favorite Blackpink member?
Brother, you gotta get the lingo down. Who is your stan? That's the question you need to ask.
Oh, like Eminem like that lah. Who's your stand?
No, oh my god, this boomer, chat, this boomer, oh my god, like Eminem, this stan. Bro, who's your stan means who's your favorite in the group. Who's your bias?
Bias.
My bias is Jisoo.
Your type, Mr. Young.
You know what I wanted to do? It would have been super lame, but I think it would have made a funny video. I should have brought my Jisoo. You know the Jisoo Live fan?
No.
Bro, how? Oh my god, this. Hey.
No. Why are you gonna call me? Yeah, just because I don't
Bro.
listen or watch Blackpink.
Chat.
What's going on?
It's okay
What
if
is
you
going on?
it's okay if you don't listen to K-pop and you don't know the terminology, but how do you not know the Jisoo Live fan? It is literally every Singaporean. Hang on. I have two. Every Singaporean has one. You watch National Day Parade. 80% of the mofos is carrying one of them fans.
Okay, talking about the fan, like a normal portable small
Yeah,
fan.
it's called Jisoo Live. That's the brand, nah.
Oh, okay. I don't care about the brand. I just nameless brand for all I care, bro.
Bro, it's like the okay, check. I cannot be the only one who's freaking out by the fact that foreign doesn't know what Jisoo Live fan is. It's like the most popular brand of fans in Singapore. Every brother has that. What? Make John, y'all stop it. Hang on, I need to show you some shit right now. Hang on, I need to show y'all some shit. Foreign, you entertain the folk.
It's not just me, right? It's Mr. Young
I
and
need to
his
show y'all
Jisoo
some
fan.
shit. God dang, where is my Jisoo Live fan?
What is a Jisoo fan? Guys, we are all men here, guys. We do not need fans. We just go out in the heat and we go survive, right? We are all angmo, what? NS guys, right?
I can't find it. I'm not gonna bother.
You're gonna waste another 5 minutes with the audience trying to find your
Exactly.
fan.
Anyway, okay.
Never mind.
Let me put you on something. It will change your freaking life. Okay? You know how hot it gets outside, especially when you're on shoots, events. Pay the money, get yourself a Jisoo Live fan. # not sponsored, but like, okay, it's one of those things, right? I didn't quite believe the hype until I was at an event and somebody lent his to me, and then I switched it on for the first time. It literally blew me away. I'm like, how does this small thing have so much power?
Interesting. Okay, Mr.
Hey,
Young.
Fazli says Jisoo Live fan changed my life during reserve. See, Fazli knows. So who say I have 3? One for me, one for my wife, one for my. See, this is the Singaporean fan. Every Singaporean also have.
Lama guys. Why are you in reservice and using a fan, guys? What is the point then? What is the point?
Brother, you got to be comfortable to work your best. Okay, I agree with that 1000%. Anyway, it will change your life. The Jisoo Live fan will change your life, especially if you're out on shoots and outdoors all the time. You go to the zoo with your family. That thing will save your life, brother.
Okay, I mean, I trust you. I trust you if you say so. If you say so, Mr. Young.
Bro, it's one of those things. I didn't believe it as well. But anyway, okay, the whole point is I wanted to bring a Jisoo Live fan to the indoor stadium so I can film a video saying, hey, look, it's a Jisoo fan holding a Jisoo Live fan watching Jisoo. There you go. That's the joke. Oh my god.
We wasted 2-3 minutes on this shit.
That's a fucking long trip for a short ride.
Okay. Anyway. Oh, Nina is here. Lina is here, Lion City Wrestling Cult. Yo, thanks for joining us today.
Nina, how are you? Yes, good to see you as well. I assume Nina was at the SPW Tranquillo event as well.
Yes. I saw her. She was with Butcher Wife as well. So I'm sure she has a lot of things to say about the show as well. Yes.
Love it. Okay, so let's jump in then. Everybody, hope you had a great weekend. Let's talk about the wrestling. And first of all, let's talk about Tranquillo.
Woo! Okay. First,
I wasn't.
Context.
Yeah, for context,
Yes.
I wasn't there because I was feeling a little bit under the weather and I wanted to rest before Blackpink lah.
Of course, Blackpink over Naito. Come on, that's not even a question, bro. So sure.
Jisoo for life. Okay, yeah, let's go. Talk to me.
Yeah, okay, but to be fair as well, I was worried I wasn't gonna make it as well because I had to work late. So by the time I arrived, about 8 plus, it was already 2 matches in. So, luckily we have our ever reliable Div. Div had some notes for me to share because I also saw her on the day.
Yes.
And she was telling me like, oh, don't worry about it, man. It's okay. You came at the third match. I got you all covered, so it's all good. So for context, I didn't catch the first 2 matches. So whatever feedback I'm gonna give about the match is based on Div's review. Okay.
Oh, okay. I love you're throwing her under the bus first, but cool.
No, I'm not throwing her under the bus. I'm just giving more context to the listeners. So in case whether you agree or disagree, you check with Div lah what she thinks lah. Okay?
Can. Don't add foreign his ways. Don't add him, add Div. Okay, let's go.
No, but it's all good. But okay, one thing I think we need to say as well is because we went to the Grapple Max the week before. We watched Grapple Max Unity, and we were talking about the crowd, the vibes, and the audience, right? It's really different audience. I think it's very clear, especially if you watch wrestling shows for both promotions, and if somebody who never watched any of the other promotions, you only watch one, and you're wondering like what does the other promotion offer, right? It's very clear the distinction. I can even say it, like based on my observation, right?
Sure.
Grapple Max Unity, I believe, sold about 300 tickets, so it was pretty decent. It was well, I would say, laid out. So it felt like you mentioned last week. A very white collar boxing, family friendly WWE PG era vibe, right? It's somewhere you can take your kids to. You can enjoy it. It feels like a great fun family entertainment, right? I believe SPW for the last couple of years, especially, has really doubled down on their attitude era. They are in the attitude era for SPW right now. Like it's really, you go here if you want a rowdy crowd, you want an expat crowd, you want people kind of like drinking beer, just getting rowdy. I think that's what you can expect when you go to an SPW show, especially this one. This is like their year-end anniversary show as well. So I saw a lot of people who lapsed SPW watchers who came back for the main guy.
A lot of it has to do with the fact that yes, they brought in Naito, who is obviously a big name, right? New Japan star for 20 plus years. So yeah, it definitely is a draw lah. But how was the crowd like? Like, if you could guesstimate a number, I don't know if you talked to anybody. Did you get a sense? Oh, you talked to somebody?
Of course, dude. If I'm there, my journalistic instincts kick in.
Journalistic instincts, I love it.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about it a bit later on, but I did had a nice chat with Big Good Jack. Big Good Jack.
Our good friend. Yes.
Yes, we had my little snafu with him. But anyway, we'll talk about it later. But he told me that they easily sold about 650 capacity. Yeah. So they had 500 seated, if I believe, and that's the full house already. Everyone else all standing room only. And not only did they sell out the seats, they needed to bring people in, open up for standing room. So it was packed, and I got the third level seat as well.
Nice.
And the entire, all sides of it was filled. So it was really the biggest local crowds for pro wrestling. So kudos to SPW for that. So when I came in, I think immediately I was really drawn by the atmosphere, right? It feels like a happening. And I think the crowd sense, there was anticipation throughout the night. So I did feel it immediately when you come into the show. So that was really, really good.
Nice.
I believe the first match that they opened up with was actually Dr. Gore versus Bryson Blade.
Okay.
Okay, so this rivalry has been brewing. They met each other at the previous Battle Royal match as well. And then you talk about how Dr. Gore has been teasing his Dark Gore, all his different elements. He was wearing his usual gear, his blue. Yeah, his blue. So this is what our Dave said. The sadistic nature of both men came through really well. And I love that they no-sold some moves because it fits with their narrative. They matched each other energy very well, which led to a well-paced match overall. Okay, Dr. Gore actually defeated Bryson Blade. And okay, this is her star ratings. She gave both of them 4.5.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. So strong opening match according to Div.
I'm not surprised. Like we've talked about Bryson before, and obviously we have a history with Dr. Gore. Good or bad, happy or sad, that hatchet has been buried, and we've always said, one of the more fundamentally sound pro wrestlers in SPW. So I'm actually not surprised at all.
Yeah, and I actually really like the spot that this match is in. Like you have an anniversary show, you needed to open up with a very strong singles match featuring two of their top stars. Dr. Gore, of course, I believe should be a world contender at this point in time. And Bryson Blade is like one of their younger stars, but he has really come into his own, right? Especially with his rivalry with the referee Ryan. So I think both of them, like in terms of like SPW wrestlers that I really like, both of them are two of my favorites as well. So they did a great job, according to Div.
Alrighty.
Right? Yeah, okay, so the second match I missed was the triple threat tag team match, right? For the SPW Tag Team Championships. Of course, you got Jack and Cheese, defending champions, against Mighty Jackson, right? You got Mighty and formerly Homeless Riz, now I think fully embracing his Michael Jackson gimmick. And LTA.
Right.
Please, people on the chat, tell me what LTA stands for. But it's essentially our favorite guys, Ricky Malik and Kentona, right?
Legion of Total Anarchy lah, bro.
Yeah, guys, I know you all want to use all these Singapore acronyms like GST, LTA, but like, fine. I guess it works. Okay, Ken. So this is what Divs wrote in her report. I always get confused with triple threat tag team matches. I still enjoyed this one because all 6 men were deeply committed to their characters. Ricky even dressed up as John Cena. And I guess in tribute to his retirement tour. And inspired him to do the 5 knuckle shuffle and even attempt AAs on the biggest men in the ring.
So, okay, like he's obviously settled into that sort of comedy character gimmick, right?
Correct. And I think the thing about Harry Potter, as we call him, right, Ricky Malik, is he's really got his character work down. But even if he's imitating all these other personas, whether it's Harry Potter or like being a troll, dude, he gets a reaction from the audience. Sure. That's what you want, right? Well, still a joke character lah. Let's be honest lah. But still, I would say like in terms of his connection to the audience love to boo him. So maybe Dirty Dom's energy is rubbing off on him. So, right? Riz as MJ, according to Div, was actually very fun to watch, and she actually likes the chemistry between Mighty and Riz as well. So I'm actually quite curious how visually they look, because both of them are like dancing characters, right? Maybe.
Okay.
So maybe there's some dancing tag team tandem offense that they did. I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah. But the fan favorites got their win in the end. So Jack and Cheese retained, and they never really looked like they were in peril. So remember what we talked about last week? I said like, who feasibly can actually defeat Jack and Cheese? Like, these two tag teams are relatively new and relatively not dominant. So I think it was a bit of a foregone conclusion. She gave the highest star ratings to BGJ and TBK 4 stars each. But she gave 4 stars to Ricky Malik as well.
Wow.
Okay, so he definitely popped the crowd, I must say. Yeah. Okay, Ken, so let me power through the third match of the night. Selena versus Karina. So Mad Cat Karina, remember her?
Yes, so you were here for this one, or did you come in halfway?
Yeah, I came in halfway. So I'll give a bit of the report from Dave, but I also tell you about my thoughts on the match, right? So we've seen, I think these two have kind of fought each other a couple of times.
Yes, correct.
Right? At this point in time, I think they had like 2 or 3 events back to back where they've wrestled. But this actually was their best showing yet, according to Div. So Karina's getting better in the ring, looks more crisp, and she's quick. And I think even for me, right, I feel like her attitude is very, very likable. You just want to root for her. So she's got that going for her. And Selena, of course, is absolutely dastardly, using her boy toy, at the side of the ring to interfere, pulling out all her tricks.
I see Nina is giving Selena the side eye emoji on chat. So okay, it's working.
Okay.
She's getting to people. Working.
Yeah, and she's pulling all her tricks, right? I mentioned, right? She even did an injury angle to trick Mad Cat. So, according to Div, her only gripe was the ref blatantly ignoring Ray's interference before finally sending him off. Yes, I remember this. The crowd was shitting on the ref for like clearly seeing the husband disturbing and like interfering and not doing a single thing about it. They basically fucked them off lah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So you know what? Like I when I came in, they were kind of like going to the final stretch of the match. She did a really beautiful like cutter move, like a swinging, like a page turner kind of move, and she got the win. The one that got the win is Karina did a very beautiful page turner, but Selena managed to scrap her way through and kind of like got the surprise spin on her to get the win.
Pronouns, pal, pronouns. If you know, you know.
Pronoun. Yes, I do. So I would say like one of the main issues I had with the women's division in SPW is like division of one, right? But I think definitely they are trying. They're investing in some of like their newer female talents, and I hope they get more opportunities to shine because that's what they need at this point in time.
Nice.
Okay. So this is the part where I come in, right?
Yeah.
So like now. Yeah, man. So, Miss Young, are you ready for all my very, very brutally honest reviews now?
Yes, come.
Oh, good.
I am eagerly anticipating your journalistic integrity. Are you a heel? Let's go.
No, come on. Okay, but something that make me feel like I want to heal up on people is the Fatal 4-Way Elimination match. This is for this, I believe, the Singapore Championship with our favorite CK Vin. Defending the title. So when the match first started, it was announced that my pick to win this match was Destroyer Dharma.
Yeah.
But he actually didn't appear in the match. They announced that he was out with an injury.
Oh no! I hope he's okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was the story behind that, but yeah, he didn't appear. So it essentially was a fatal 4-way elimination match, right? So I just want to give props to one guy.
Okay.
The one with the Bomo gimmick.
Oh, jeez.
Formerly RH Sane RH.
Yeah.
You know, remember that guy with the Wolfram Cartel? He has completely reinvented himself. I don't know whether he watched Papa Shango, he watched that M730 Bomo that prayed for the plane, or he was watching too many Indonesian horror movies, but he has reinvented himself, called himself Tok Bomo Mekong Sen. Long ass name.
Okay. We call him Bomo Sane Ken already.
We just call him Bomo lah, the Bomo guy, right? Okay,
yeah.
So this he might have struck
gold.
He might have struck gold.
You think so?
Like,
okay.
Yeah, I think this was a joke. He's getting really over with the audience, right?
Okay.
Do you remember that one viral video where somebody was dressed up as Jesus and then was doing the force choke?
The force choke?
Like he was doing like force choke, and then people were reacting and then actually themselves.
Oh, okay. No, I don't remember this meme, but I get it. Yeah.
Okay, essentially, he is now the Undertaker of SPW.
Oh boy. Oh no.
This guy is not only just bringing nasi kangkang with him, he is choking people with his force, with the power of his force, and people are actually reacting to it.
Okay.
He is doing sit-ups like he's Kane and Undertaker. He's rolling his eyes. He's doing all of that, and the crowd is loving it. So, what can I say, right?
Okay, so wait. It's great that you said that, right? Because from what I'm hearing, this is like an Orange Cassidy situation. This is like the crowd is playing along, but if you were to present this to like somebody who doesn't watch wrestling, instantly the first thing they'll say, "Adian fake man."
Oh yeah, this is clearly fake lah. I mean,
okay, so I just want to get clear. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, good or bad. I'm just saying it is what it is. It's like the whole Orange Cassidy problem, right? Where if you see it once in a while, okay, it's funny, hee hee ha ha. But if you see it all the time, then it's like, it's the shtick again.
Put it this way, I would say he would be a very great mid-card, lower mid-card act lah. And I guess in every roster you need these people. But as long as Sane himself knows that this is the limit or this is the ceiling for this kind of gimmick, and he's having fun with it, then why not, right?
Sure.
But again, he's challenging for the SPW Championship, so hey, good for him. So the gimmick was going down really, really well with the audience, but well, he was the first to be eliminated, so that says you a lot also, right? He kena angle slam by CK Vin. The crowd was really on him the whole night. They were chanting FUCK.
Wow.
F-U-C-K. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I like the pun, right? So another thing as well is he was fighting against the likes of Iman and Boombox Terrence, right? So Iman, I think we've seen him before. Before the match, he actually cut a promo and actually he shat on Iman. He was saying like, "This is the Shopee version of Iman from MyPW, the real global
Wait,
threat."
who cut the promo?
The CK Vin.
Oh,
CK
okay.
Vin. So
That's great.
Before
I love
before the match started, he was running down his opponents and shitting on all of them. So,
That's funny, yeah.
But one thing I needed to highlight was Iman delivered a beautiful Styles clash.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that was the thing that really popped the crowd. That was like one of the first big pop the audience gave for the night. Because I don't know the way he transitioned, because there was a couple of counters, a couple of reversals, and then he ended it with a Styles clash. So that was really, really beautiful. But again, CK Vin delivered the low blow and fuck over Iman, and then for the win. So again, this happened right in front of the ref. So the second time the crowd was like, "What the fuck is this ref doing?" Okay. So we have some AEW referees in SPW.
I was about to say, I was about to bring that up. I'm like, are we leaning hard into the AEW territory, especially with SPW at this point? Because I don't know. Look at the angles. Look at the refs. This vibe of anything goes. In the context right or wrong, whatever. Right. In the context of an indie wrestling promotion, you can get away with it, but not on regular television, right?
But I guess that's what SPW. I think they own that identity of theirs. They really want to go down this like very rowdy rule, like anything predictable.
Yeah.
So that I guess that works for them. But I do need to say some nice things about one guy though.
Okay.
Boombox Terrence, bro.
Yes.
Boombox Terrence. So this guy, very, very interestingly, we've seen a bit of his work. He's one of the newer guys. I actually managed to talk to him after this match.
Okay.
And guess this, bro. He told me he's only 19 years old.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, he does look very young, lah. So actually, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. So that first of all, that's crazy, because when we first started this podcast, he was probably like 10 years old. So that just blew my mind. But secondly, he was actually the final two in this match against CK Vin. Yeah. So of course, CK Vin, being the veteran at this point, was kind of toying with him, like delivering all these slams to him and then like stopping the 2 count, just to fuck with him. But the crowd was starting to really get into it. Like the crowd, maybe either is sheer dislike for CK Vin, or just wanting to see an underdog succeed. But like the final stretch of this match, the crowd was just super hyped for Boombox. Yeah, and he even delivered like a beautiful superplex that really made the crowd believe that this could be an upset win. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, so that was really, really beautiful. So, unfortunately, it wasn't enough. CK Vin, of course, outlasted them all and retained. So, now you have 2 champions who retained their titles, the tag team champions and CK Vin.
It must have been an interesting vibe, because usually in events like this, you go, okay, there's been a whole bunch of title retentions. There has to be one title change, right? Going into the main event, you all must have been like, oh my god, is this going to be the one?
That's why. So looking back, I was thinking like the booking was interesting, and then after the end of the night, I was like, okay, I think I know why. Okay.
Very quickly, I want to point out what Chat has been pointing out, right? Fatal 4-way, no DQ. Okay, point taken. But also at the same time, you make your ref look like a jackass lah if you are blatantly cheating in front of a ref. Like, you know what I mean?
I can't remember whether it's the same ref from the Mad Cat match. Can't remember, but I know the crowd.
Either way, that's the point is that, if rules aren't like somewhat enforced, then you devalue your ref, and at the end of the day, you devalue the promotion as it is. Like, what's the point of rules if you don't enforce the rules, right?
Correct,
it's like it's like you work in an office setting and your manager like anything also can. Then at the end of the day, you put all these rules out, nobody will obey rules. It means nothing. So rules mean nothing if they aren't enforced. That's the point. Anyway, why is Foreign having an existential crisis? Somebody explain that statement.
Yes, please, Lago Fala, what is going on, bro? Okay, but while he figures himself out and tells me what's going on, I'm gonna power through and talk about the next match. Because it's actually low-key one of my favorite matches of the night. This was the last match before intermission.
Oh?
The Hardcore Championship.
Oh.
Current champion referee Ryan, aka Ryan Shen, versus Mason, your guy.
Bro, I have to say, I watched Mason's promo on Instagram. I was like, what happened? He kena possession or what? Yeah, you thought got Bomo, and then now like his promo felt a little out of this body. And not gonna lie. Okay, somebody explain what's going on.
I think he's kind of experimenting with a bit of a tweak to his character because he came out with a bit of face paint. He was wearing some sort of like interesting contact lens. He looked a bit like some sort of like demon character. It's pretty cool. So he's not just a sexual deviant. Now he's gone full like, devilish, temptress.
Okay, temptress. I believe the term is incubus.
Oh, yeah. He feels like an incubus vibe. Maybe that's what he's going for, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. So okay. So what, dude? I gotta give my props to Ryan lah. Ryan, I think, is the surprise story of SPW. So like every promotion needs like a Eric Young or like a Daniel Bryan or like a Spike Dudley or these kind of underdog characters that you somehow get connected to and you just want them to succeed. You've seen because Ryan's trajectory is so interesting, right? He started off as a referee, purely a referee, and then he started training, and then he once in a while dabbled in like becoming that who is that famous referee that always like pushes back against the wrestlers?
Earl Hebner.
Yes, Earl Hebner. He was the Earl Hebner of SPW for a period of time, and then of course he had his great coming out party last year when he was fighting Bryson Blade, surviving all that kendo shots. So now he's a fully fledged wrestler, right? He even has the gear. He won the title. He looks great, and he wrestled like he means it. So that's one thing I need to give props to Ryan. Ryan wrestles with such intensity and urgency that you just can't help but root for him, and especially opposite Mason, who is like the biggest dick ever, right? So
is or has.
Well, I can't confirm nor deny, so I also don't know.
Somebody clip this and send this to Mason.
Oh dear God. Okay, anyway, well, Mason, true to his character, he was posing for the crowd. He was like throwing, he was throwing Ryan into the chairs, toying with him, posing, kind of like being a full-on heel. And what I really like about this is they had such clearly defined characters. You just knew you had to root for Ryan. You just knew you were gonna boo every single thing Mason does, and they kept it simple, even though it was a hardcore match. It's weird for me to say this, but they took risk, but everything makes sense and everything built up to each other. There wasn't like one time I want to do a random, like table spot, or one time I want to do a random, you know what I mean? I even noticed it when I think they used a belt, and I believe the belt was stripped from either Mason. I believe it was from Mason lah. And he started whipping with the belt, right? And it was like a callback to the times where Ryan always kena whack lah, kena cane, kena whack. So and like Ryan powering through it and then delivering his own brand of like justice with the belt as well. And then they started pulling out the ladders, right? So when they started pulling out the ladders, I was like, okay, what crazy shit is gonna happen, right? The thing that really scared me was this Mason wanted to go full John Morrison. The John Morrison spot that he did at WrestleMania 24, where he climbed to the top rope with the ladder, and he was attempting to do a moonsault with the ladder on his head.
Oh yeah, shit! Are you kidding me? Yeah. Okay. Then.
Yeah, I actually clipped this. I actually took a IG story of this. He actually went to the top rope. He had the ladder, and you had Ryan on the floor, right? So I was like, holy shit! Like, no matter how this ends, it's not gonna end good for anyone, right?
Yeah.
Because if Ryan's gonna take that full brunt, he's gonna die. If Mason misses it and then he's gonna land full on the ladder, he's gonna die.
Yeah.
So he did that lah. He did the moonsault. Smartly, okay, very smart of him. He let go of the ladder right before he missed Ryan and he landed on the mat. So he didn't fall on the ladder. But it was such scary moment. And immediately Ryan like propped up, took a chair and like smacked him Sabu style on his face. So that was super satisfying to see Mason kena that, right? And then the match itself ended with a ladder spot. I think I also filmed this. So I was from the third floor, and I was filming downwards. So the ladder was so high that I felt like, hey, I could really reach down and touch how high Ryan was, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, and the funny thing is, at that point in time, the ladder was really like charlotte already, like gonna like break any moment, because you can see the splinters at the side of the ladder like kind of hanging out, the hinges.
Oh my god, yeah.
So at this point in time, they don't care. Like the referee had to blatantly like hold it down. You even had like the producer below at the ringside holding it down. And Ryan went up. So Ryan very funny. He went up a couple of rungs. He wanted to deliver his splash from maybe like the middle of the ladder. And then the crowd was like, no, higher, go up, higher. And then him being the daredevil that he was, okay lah, fine, I go up. So he really went all the way up top rung, and then delivered like a superstar snooker splash, or like a Shawn Michaels splash a la WrestleMania 10 or Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
And that was the one that got the victory. So hugely enjoyable match for me. These are two characters from SPW I actually really like as well. I gave both of them 4 stars.
Nice.
Yeah, so congratulations to both of them. And then we had intermission.
Was it surprising though that referee Ryan, retain?
Yeah, it was, because actually, to be fair, he just won the title, so it would be a bit premature to kind of pull it off of him. I don't mind Mason chasing the title a bit longer.
Yeah.
But Mason is a great contender. Like, he definitely should win. And here's the thing, right? I do not know what's the future of Midnight Bastards right now, because I haven't seen RJ tag team partner for quite a while. Are they going to fully commit to this singles run that Mason is on? Because if he is a star, right? He's just waiting to break out. He can definitely go into that CK Vince slot of winning the Singapore Championship if he wants to. So the sky's the limit for him.
Agreed.
So that's interesting. So so intermission is over. So this next match, right? I have thoughts on this one.
It's the women's match. Aiden Bushi. Okay.
Yeah, Aiden Rex versus Bushi. Okay. Here's why I have issues with it, right? Intermission happened. Intermission finished. And just about intermission was about to finish, I was like, okay, I want to go get food lah. So I went down and queue up for the food that they were selling.
Yeah.
I do not know whether the queue was too long or was the match too short.
Oh shit.
The whole time I was in the queue, the entirety that was in the queue was the entire length of the match. So by the time I actually got my food, the match ended, bro.
Okay. Chad, I need confirmation, especially if you're there. Is this a foreign problem or is this the match too short problem?
Yeah, so I want to get clarity from everyone, especially Nina, especially Sir Hus. Do you all feel that the match was just cruelly too short?
Yeah.
Like, was Bushi just here to take a paycheck? Because like, bro was like wrestling less than like 5 minutes. I do not know. Maybe the queue was damn long.
Bro don't wrestle by the minute. He's like, screw it.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say my notes lah. Okay, so for how short the match was.
Wait, hang on. Irvin says, what did you eat? Was it worth missing the whole goddamn match?
Quite nicely. They had like the chicken tenders.
Bro, Dominic Mysterio special, that one.
Yeah, it's like a chicken. It's like those like small chicken, popcorn chicken vibe, and then it was like spicy, like sweet garlic. Wow, damn nice.
Okay, so it was worth it, is what you're saying. Nina and Sahus do mention that it was a bit short. So okay, it's not entirely you.
Yeah. I mean, if you ever go to SPW show, go try the chicken tenders. Quite nice.
All right.
Popcorn chicken. Anyway, that's not the point. Okay, so it was quite a technical match. I think. Okay, again, right. If you need some context about where Bushi is at in his career right now, earlier this year he officially left New Japan. I think he was there almost a decade, right?
Yeah.
And now he's also wrestling as a freelancer. So I believe Los Ingobernables, most of their members are now not part of New Japan anymore. Of course, including Naito, right? So my first time really seeing Bushi wrestle, and you gotta admit lah, bro, like these wrestlers, right? It's a next level. There's a next step in their skill set, the way they deliver the move,
Yes.
their snap.
We always say this about certain wrestlers who are from, quote unquote, these federations or these promotions, right? Like, yeah, like there are levels to this game, and I guess, to your point, Bushi is one of them.
Correct. And I did even write down this note. Bushi has so much snap and no wasted motion in his moves. Even things like his strikes, his storms, the way he just snaps into every headlock, like, bro, it's just like I felt like Aiden was kind of trying to keep up with him,
Right.
So even though, yes, he was, I guess, clearly kind of like taking it easy, it was still another level above. So that's my kudos to Bushi for the way he wrestled.
Quick shout out to Greg, by the way, who's live in Taiwan right now, joining us.
Yo, Greg.
It's good to see you, buddy. NTW sends their regards. Yes.
Take care, bro. Yes, this is live, Mr. Greg. Check it out. Okay, so we are in the middle of our SPW review. So yeah, I was talking about Bushi and how he rest for the short amount of time and the basically
the amount of time it took for him to get his damn chicken tenders.
Yes, the match ended. So yeah, like I mentioned, my highlight of the match was when Aiden...
The chicken tenders.
Yeah, it's damn good. The chicken tenders was damn good, by the way. Yeah, Aiden did a very beautiful, like a dive, like a flip plancha or like a somersault from the ring out into the outside on Bushi. And like, by the time I actually paid for it and I turned around, then suddenly I saw Bushi deliver like the poison mist on our poor Aiden. So I didn't know Bushi had a mist finisher. So I guess I don't watch enough Bushi matches to know that was part of his finisher.
What color was the mist? Different mist means different color. I mean, different effect, right? There's a whole law behind it. Yes.
Yeah, we had this conversation before. I believe it's green. I think he delivered green.
Poison, that one, like the jelly.
Yes, poison mist. The match was just too criminally short. I can't even grade it like above 3.5 for Aiden. I feel bad because I felt like he was... He could have really gone all out and do like a banger match, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't meant to be, lah. So
Nina says the dive happened too early in the match as well. Okay, so it's not just you, lah. It was really a short match. And also Irvin brings up a very good point. Next time we must judge matches, the timing in chicken tenders.
Oh dear God. Okay, yeah, we should. But then again, I don't mind if it's a fast match and a lot of things happen as opposed to a 20-minute match where nothing happens.
Right.
It is what it is. Oh, but very interestingly, after I got my chicken tenders, I went up and I ate. And I was like, okay, I want to go toilet. I wash my hand. So I went to the toilet at the third level. Guess who I ran into?
Bushi.
No. I ran into Aiden Rex cleaning off the poison mist, bro. Okay.
Okay, you know what?
Okay.
It would have been hilarious if you actually ran into Bushi in the toilet doing his business. So I could have asked you the question. So is Bushi?
Oh, fuck off!
I was waiting for that one, bro. Oh, it would have been
You need to stop it, bro.
It would have been a great setup. I'm sorry. I had to take the shot. God dang. It's right.
This is why, right?
It was
this
right
is
there.
Why when I do job interviews and people say, "Oh, you run a podcast," I'm like, yeah, but it's really more for I cannot tell them what I talk about or ask them to watch the content of my podcast because this will not get me hired anyway.
What are you talking about? We are hard-hitting journalism, okay? These are questions that people want to know.
Okay, so I'll tell you something that people will be curious to know.
Okay.
So, from my brief interaction with Aiden Rex in the toilet, right?
Yeah. That statement just taken out of context is just like meme-worthy.
Irvin say, foreign really on a journey of self-discovery this year. Chicken tenders, Red Bull, Mexican music.
And the hate for Gen Z. Gen Z hate is real.
Yeah. John Mouse, please make Najwan, please make a meme for Mr. Yan. Okay, so yes, a trade secret, okay?
Whoa.
So of course Aiden was cleaning, cleaning the mist. I said, dude, are you okay? Everything okay? I was saying like fast match, bro, but I enjoyed it lah. Then thanks. Then suddenly a question popped out in my head, something that I would never have thought to ask, except for at that very moment, bro.
Are you a heel?
No lah, fuck lah. That one we found out 1 year ago already lah. Aiden has been like heel for a year.
Okay, what is it?
No, I was like, by the way, how does the mist taste like, bro?
Okay, that's a great question actually.
Yeah, it's a question you wouldn't think to ask, right?
Yeah.
Then he was like, actually, right, it doesn't hurt you, like, mist itself doesn't hurt you, but it kind of smells or tastes a bit chocolatey.
Chocolatey? This is so random. Is it food coloring? I assume it's some kind of food coloring. So A, it's not poisonous. B, yeah, it's probably good. I don't know.
It's edible lah for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in your mouth, right? So
it probably tastes like bushy spit too. There's a little because it's in his mouth, right? But whatever.
Unless his mouth saliva tastes chocolatey, I guess it's if people now wonder what does the poison mist taste like, it's actually chocolatey, according to Aiden Rex. Yeah, so you learn something new every day.
All right, but or any one of the promotions bring down a Japanese wrestler that does the poison mist, Foreign will volunteer as tribute to take a poison mist to the face to test for us.
I would love Asuka to spit on me. Why not? Let's go.
While listening to Mexican music, while getting a massage from a Bukit Batok massage therapist, while hating on the Gen Zers.
Okay. To be fair, I've never really hung out at Bukit Batok, so can't even confirm whether there is a massage place. But yeah, sure.
Bro, I don't even want to Google it. I swear, some like sus shit might just pop up. Okay.
Okay, Taufik, Mighty, I believe, right? Said one thing he's amazed by is how Bushi can hide his mist.
Oh.
Yeah, he says sure. He the whole time in the match, right, couldn't tell. He was taking bumps, he was doing everything.
Right.
Then suddenly the mist came out. So yeah, there must be some trade secrets that we are not supposed to be aware of, lah. Yeah, so that was my very, very short review. Actually, it was a very long review of a very short match.
The chicken tenders review was longer. Okay. Next match.
Okay, we are the last two matches of the night. Okay, so it is Viva Van versus Alexis Lee, alright? For the Queen of Asia Championship.
Okay. Irvin, by the way, says, dude, if someone spit brown mist, I immediately tap out. Wow, the brown mist come out from a different orifice. Anyway, yes, Alexis Lee.
Dear God. Okay, so we were wondering, like, who is this Viva Van? I did a bit of research. She's from raised in LA. She's wrestled in VPW. She's one of the first Vietnamese female wrestlers in the world, but I think she's American born. But one thing that I only realized or found out when they were making her announcement was actually she is a AEW wrestler, bro.
I read that actually on the write up. Yes,
she's an AEW wrestler. She also wrestles a lot in Ring of Honor. And she had like a match in Collision against Mercedes Moné recently. So. Or maybe a year back. But essentially, she is kind of a semi-regular member of the roster. Yeah, but clearly we haven't watched AEW enough to even realize that she's there, lah. Yeah. I would say she's a bit thick. So she immediately felt no.
Whoa,
Let me complete my thought. Do not interrupt my train of thought, Mr. Yang.
Didn't say a thing.
She brought a lot of size into this match. So like immediately she felt like an intimidating presence against Alexis Lee. That was what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah, so she came in and she had this presence about her, and she kind of looks like The Rock's daughter. I don't know why. That was the first thing that came to my mind. Yeah, she kind of looks like Ava. Like, and I was like, look at her like, she kind of like Ava vibe. So she had the size. She clearly, the way she wrestles is a very Japanese style, right? So it's very interesting because, like, you can tell whether you're a Westerner who was trained in like dojos, because there's just that stiffness to how they wrestle, right?
Right.
Even in the women, right? So she really brought the fight to Alexis Lee, and I think Alexis Lee is kind of in this zone of like, she's really well established in Singapore, right? And I think she is trying to kind of bring the name of Singapore wrestling out for the female wrestlers around the world. And I think having all these exhibition matches per se against like, the likes of Kaden Carter last month and now Viva Van, I think it just really put her on the map. It's similar to what, Nor Phoenix Diana is doing, right? Like having matches with Mercedes Moné and then putting APAC wrestling and Malaysian wrestling on the map in that way. I have a feeling that eventually we will see Alexis Lee fight a big star, like a big name star. I can feel it lah, just from the the opponents that she's leveling up against. So I'm trying to say, yeah.
Interestingly, her next opponent will be Mad Cat, right? Because that match between Mad Cat and Selena was for the number 1 contender.
No, but Selena is the one that defeated Mad Cat.
Oh wait, Selena won?
Yeah, Selena won.
Oh,
Then remember
okay.
I said she managed to somehow like reverse it, kind of like have a like dirty pin and got a win.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, okay.
Yeah, but I mean Selena versus this version of Selena versus Alexis, I think would be an interesting match to see. Funnily enough, this match actually ended in a count-out draw.
Wow.
Yeah. So they actually fought all over the arena. They I think they ended up at the on the ground, and the thing is, I think I can't remember what was the move that they did that kind of ended the match in the draw, but they weren't able to answer the 10 count. They wanted to crawl in and then it stopped.
Did the crowd boo that? Because usually crowds don't like count out draws, right?
I think the crowd was like they felt anticlimactic, but I think the crowd did applaud both of their efforts, because it's not as if like they did a cop out and then they did the
Right.
draw, right? They actually fought all the way to fender until like they couldn't answer the count. They were so spent from it. So it felt like this was just the beginning of the rivalry. It didn't feel like it was a conclusion. So who knows? Maybe you will see Alexis going Vietnam Pro Wrestling and then having a rematch with Viva Van over there. Why not?
Nina says she didn't like it. Taufik says both big boot to each other.
Okay. Oh, that's true. That's cool. Oh, that's so cool. Nina says she also spearheaded a fundraising campaign for VPW ring construction. So yeah, she's giving back in her own way to her community and her home promotion. So I mean, much respect to Viva Van. So my takeaway is I actually like Viva Van's style, but maybe it's just the way this match was laid out. Personally, I just felt like I don't know who was it highlighting, because he didn't really highlight Alexis Lee.
Could it
You know what I
be
mean?
a situation of, okay, this is the match, it's a bit of an exhibition match, but you don't want to change the title, but you also don't want to make Viva Van look bad. So this was like the only possible outcome sort of situation.
That could be it as well. But I just felt like I actually enjoyed the Kaden Carter match a bit more the previous month. So but I do like I would love to see Viva Van come back, because the way she wrestled was actually pretty like engaging. Like you it's not those kind of matches where you're like, oh okay, like you sit on your hands. I was actually invested, and I felt like the match could have really gone a bit longer and have a more satisfying conclusion. But I take it if this is just the start of a series lah for them. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Taufik, Mighty is promoting VPW. So VPW does have an event next week. And
Okay.
it will be Mighty, Mason, Jack and Cheese, Butcherman, and Statement all involved in the show from SPW side. So
nice.
they are building up there in the region as well.
Okay,
Pretty
but
cool,
the question is, does Viva Van have a rematch with Alexis or anything like that at that VPW show?
I'm not too sure, but maybe Taufik can enlighten us on that. But I would love to see a rematch, at least know of a rematch that's being done, because this match itself wasn't the conclusion that I think the fans wanted.
Agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are at the final match.
The main event. Okay, this is the big one. The big guest, former New Japan Pro Wrestling wrestler.
Fast story. In 2019, when I went to Japan, I watched I can't remember what promotion was it.
Wow, very memorable, bro.
No, it was memorable because I saw Ultimo Dragon, bro. Dragon Gate, yes.
Oh, okay.
I watched Dragon Gate. Anyway, but the why I wanted to bring up this story was I actually went to the Japanese Bushi Road store where they sold all the Bushi Road, got it, pun. Where they sold all the wrestling merchandise, right?
Yeah.
From New Japan. And I only bought one shirt, bro. Actually, no, I bought two, but that doesn't matter. Bullet Club. But the one shirt I bought, one Japanese wrestler shirt I bought was actually Naito's shirt.
Did you wear that shirt to SPW?
No, I did not. I couldn't find the shirt. It's been 5 years.
Okay.
No, but the reason why I really like the shirt was because he had a huge, big ass logo, Destino, all over it. So I thought it was cool. So I've always thought, like Naito. Okay, my thoughts on Naito as a wrestler. I've always thought he was a very cool character. He definitely stood out, right? He had such a unique look, and the fact that he has this Japanese slash Mexican kind of like lucha libre Japan and plus Japan influence make him stand out from the other Japanese wrestlers,
Oh,
right?
of course, got a bit of Mexican, you very happy already.
Of course lah, bro. You know, I'm a Triple A fan at this stage.
You're a what fan?
Triple A, Triple A, Triple A.
Ah, all right.
I have learned how to pronounce it like the Spanish people, bro.
You mean your countrymen?
Yeah, my perro, peso and perro. That's all I know.
What is this? Italian also,
Perro, bro. You don't know perro. It's every time Alberto Del Rio wants to shit on you, it's like, you perro. You the perro.
I'll take it from you, bro. I'll take it from you. The Mexican music expert over here. Pero.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. So, okay. I'm going on a very long tangent, but the point I was trying to make was Naito during the time we were watching New Japan was actually one of the very interesting characters that I actually thought was cool, right?
Yeah.
And he actually felt like this unpredictable character. Like you had the Okada and Kenny Omega very clearly defined, and then like you had this wild card in Naito, right?
Yeah, he felt like he could have been the guy who's like next in line. I remember that era of New Japan where we were watching.
That's why. So like I kind of had a soft spot for him lah.
Okay. Sure. Foreign got soft for Naito. Let's go with that.
No, dude, but that all changed when he appeared in AEW. And he was shit.
Who are you talking about? Not Naito, right?
Yeah, remember Naito appeared one time in AEW.
Well, obviously, I didn't watch. I haven't been watching AEW, so okay, I'll take your word for it.
No, this was last year, I believe. I think it was. Okay, guys in the chat can correct me if I'm wrong. Naito did like one-off appearance at AEW. It was like a Forbidden Door match. I can't remember. He definitely did wrestle in AEW.
Yeah.
And he did absolutely shit. He did nothing there. Like. And then I'm like, oh man, did AEW just fuck up another great wrestler? Because, you know, like, you have all this aura that Tanahashi had, Okada had, Naito had, even Ibushi had in New Japan. And then they come AEW, they just like, you know what I mean?
Collect paycheck.
So,
yeah.
Correct. But then when Naito, at that point in time, when he wrestled, I was like, wow, like, I don't know what happened in the last 4-5 years, but like, his body really broke down. So like I think we've kind of passed this like golden generation of all these like crop of wrestlers.
Yeah.
They're really kind of like in their sunset era. So when I heard the news that Naito was gonna leave New Japan, I kind of understood like what else can he do, right? Over there. He already won the title. He really had that run. And how many times can he like go back to the main event? So I was like, okay, fine, Naito's leaving, he's gonna be a freelancer. And then now he's in SPW. So like, of course, the connections or statement. I'm wearing his Real Global Threat shirt right now.
Let's go. Talk about the connections. Chad has been asking this question. Is Naito now your neighbor? Remember last time we talked about Naito? If he win the title, he can be, you know, your neighbor because apparently there's a spot open next door.
I mean, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Whether he will be in Singapore long enough to actually defend the title. But yeah. So when statement like revealed the news that Naito's coming to Singapore, I was thinking to myself like, okay, that's interesting. He's really going on his world tour, I suppose. And what better way than to kind of like spread his wings on this region, right? And I welcome it, right? I mean, Naito is a huge star. I think probably is the biggest star that SPW had since Kenny Omega came to the show about 5 years ago.
Yeah, and more importantly, he's now holding the SPW's main title.
Correct. We are jumping the gun. But yes. So that also was the reason why a lot of like fans who haven't watched SPW in a long time appeared again tonight. Like I think Sir Who's Pro was telling me he hasn't seen the show in a long time. His friend was there as well. A lot of people came back. I think for Naito, a lot of new fans who didn't know anything about SPW, some Japanese fans or people living in Singapore turned up just to see Naito. So his name is still a big draw, right?
Yeah.
That's undisputed. So when the match happened and you know you had Statement coming out, Statement at this point in time I think is very established as the guy who is the one making the connections, but people are not watching it for statement. I think there are people are watching shows for who statement brings to the show. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's already settled into this like very like he's like the resident booker slash top guy, but he's not the main storyline anymore, as opposed to how he was previously when he was revolving around him, right? You got Butcherman also coming in, or close to actually almost a year, or already touching a year long title reign. You know, this time last year we were awarding him the Singapore top wrestler.
Yeah.
So he has carried that title all the way until now. So to be honest, I was rooting for him. I was thinking to myself like, surely Butcherman's gonna like come out with the title, right? I mean,
Right.
they ain't gonna drop this to Naito for what, you know? So I'm thinking to myself like, okay, what interesting permutations SPW is gonna do, right?
Yeah.
To allow the title defense to be made. So when Naito came in, big pop, huge pop.
Yeah.
He was wearing his suit for this match, which that's when things are serious, and he was walking a bit like hobbling, like I don't know. He was very ginger the way he walked. So I was thinking to myself like, either he's slowing down, maybe he has an injury, or I don't know. So I kind of had the vibe that I think the one that's gonna do all the work is really Statement and Butcher.
Right.
Yeah, and Naito gonna like pick his spots, which should be what he does as a veteran, right? Yeah. So the match itself was very, very surreal because you actually had the likes of Naito trading spots with like Statement, trading chops with like Butcher. Everything of it felt surreal because like you're seeing this like huge star, kind of like in a normal sequence with like all these wrestlers that you see all the time. So that I think made the crowd paid attention a lot more. It felt like suddenly like a Japanese crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they were paying attention, they were popping and oohing and ahhing at the right spots.
Yeah.
I also felt like he wrestled very smartly, Naito. Like, you know how we always compliment Randy Orton for having like, he's not doing a ton of flashy moves.
Yeah.
But when he does it, it's just so impactful. It's like the Japanese version of it, right? Like, it's still strong style. He still has the stiffness and all that.
Yeah.
But he really takes and picks his spots very, very well. There was even that one time he he tried to tease like a suicide dive.
Yeah.
So that the two guys were on the outside. He ran the ropes. He was just about to tease it. Then after that, he flipped back and then he rolled over and did his Destino pose. You know the one?
Yes.
Yeah. So that to me that's hilarious. I loved it. And then of course there was this one big spot as well where he delivered. I believe you had Statement and Butcherman trying to do a superplex, and then you had Naito kind of catching them, going into a powerbomb setup, and then drilling all two of them down on the ground. So it was like a Tower of Doom kind of move.
Nice.
That was pretty good. But so the ending stretch was where I thought it was very surprising. I don't know whether the people on the chat would agree, but the ending sequence felt very, very rushed to me, in the sense that like, I don't know whether it was like they were wrestling, and somebody said, okay guys, we
Go home.
and then they just kind of like it didn't work towards the ending spot. You know what I mean? There was this sequence where you had Naito doing like the swinging DDT using the rope on Butcher, and they were doing a couple of like like finisher reversals. You had of course the Superman punch from Butcher. You had a Statement trying to deliver his Canadian Destroyer. So they were taking all, and then suddenly I felt it was very random because you had Butcher kind of doing like a sidewalk slam kind of situation, and then you had Naito kind of reverse it, and then immediately into the Destino, right? So it was like, it felt like a Destino out of nowhere. So usually if it's like an RKO out of nowhere, then it will be like either like a 2 count and then like the leg is on the ropes, or like somebody swings, slams and then exits the ring because it's like catching the breath. It's like a break spot, right? But then it led to the win. So I think that's why the crowd was in shock, because like, wow, it's Destino. Wait, now really it's ending?
Right.
What shit? So that
I love how you encapsulated the crowd's reactions. What shit? That's exactly how everyone was.
Yeah. That's probably what it is. Because I was, if you watch back the video that I recorded, I was like, holy, the crowd, it's like an Undertaker moment, to be honest.
Right.
It's like, you know, when Undertaker took the pin from Brock Lesnar, the streak was broken.
Right. It was like,
Everyone was like, no, this can't be the finisher. No, come on. Wait, what? And then you had the big eye to pop out like, oh.
Nina agrees, saying the ending was anticlimactic.
Yeah, exactly. So I was so, like, I don't know, I was shocked. I think everyone was shocked. But everyone really realized that, holy shit, this is like a big moment,
It
right?
is, yes.
I mean, Naito is easily the biggest star to hold the SPW Southeast Asian title. Easily, right?
Agree. So, okay, then my question becomes, right, is this like a case of Mercedes Moné winning the championship of Nordiana? Which title did she win?
He won the Apex Women's Championship,
Okay.
which is the Apex Women's title.
Is it that situation where just because your like championship title now belongs to a big name, like, you know, Mercedes Moné, but in this case it's Naito, right? Is that a case of what we're seeing here? Where it's like, okay, now, look, we just elevated the title because Naito has it.
I mean, Taufik did provide a counterpoint. He said the ending was out of nowhere, and for me, it's good. So I guess you have a bit of divided opinion on this, right? Mixed reaction to this, because I guess the pure shock value of it definitely got the crowd talking.
Okay.
If you realize, Mr. Young, have you been looking at our socials?
Yeah.
I think the video went viral. People are definitely reacting and have a lot of strong opinions. So maybe that's what SPW wants, right? Like, coming out of their biggest anniversary show, you have a top star carrying that title. But what does this mean for SPW going forward? That's the question.
And it's the same question we've asked about the whole Mercedes Moné situation, right? Like, does this mean that he's going to come back? So, Irvin brings up a very good point. Does it mean that it'll make people come for the next show? Will he even be back for the next show, or will the title be defended at another show in Japan? You know, so there are a lot of questions which can make for interesting, interesting things to come, right, in the next year. Or,
let's.
Yeah, I think the follow-up is key here.
Yeah. Let's fantasy book for a moment, right? Because right now, Naito is a freelancer. He can wrestle all over the world. Of course, he has his home base in Japan.
Yeah.
But he definitely has his, home base in Mexico as well, right? With his Los Ingobernables. And also I'm not sure whether he's making any more inroads in US with AEW or Ring of Honor or whatnot. But he's clearly going to be carrying the SPW's title.
Yeah.
And that, of course, gives visibility to the promotion. But again, if they were going to make this decision, there's confirmed some sort of long-term planning, right? Between Statement and Naito. Maybe he goes around, disappears, and does a couple of other big events just to put the name on SPW. And then they can book a huge show where he will return, and maybe it could be a one-on-one match between Butcher and Naito. Why not?
Or it could be a triple threat, so Naito doesn't have to take the pin.
Also, that's possible as well, right? You have to understand, we are kind of going through the same scenario where Brock Lesnar won the IWGP title, right?
Yes.
And he did not want to drop it to like a Japanese wrestler. And who did he fight? He fought Kurt Angle. So, I mean, there's a lot of permutations, but again, you're right. The follow-up is important.
Yes.
What is Naito going to do to help elevate Singapore wrestling, or is this just going to be the start of him collecting more titles, and then unfortunately that devalues the SPW Southeast Asian Championship, and then like, what are the wrestlers in SPW going to fight for while waiting for Naito to come back, right? So many questions. I personally appreciate the shock value because it's a big holy shit moment, right?
Yeah,
and I think it's also a testament to SPW that a big star like Naito would be able to want to challenge for this title and is not going to be carrying it. My flip side argument to it is that, is this going to be the norm? Like, our local wrestlers just going to be feeding, for all these bigger stars.
Yeah.
And then it only works if Naito puts over Butcher in the future, or maybe Statement in the future. But would Naito even do that? But why would Naito want to do that, right? Like, they're not. I mean, the SPW wrestlers are known in the region, but what would he say to the Naito's fans? Like, oh, Naito lost
to whoever,
Butcher or whoever, but they do not know who they are. So it's the same problem that Mercedes Moné is gonna face. Like, how is she gonna drop all 14 titles?
Exactly, and will she drop them all at once? Will she drop like a few here and there? Like, it's definitely something that we have to wait and see. It's not something that we can make a judgment on now, but definitely the shock value is the shock value, and it's worked, right? Look, Chad has been buzzing about now the fact that he's the Southeast Asian SPW champion, that he should get citizenship in Singapore.
Oh my god, I'm reading all the comments now. Holy shit.
There are a lot of comments about that, and I pitch for once again Naito to be Foreign's neighbor. I'm there for this series, Foreign and Naito, best buds, buddy cop TV serial. Let's go.
Okay lah. Maybe Irvin says maybe Naito reveal his grandma born in Jurong. Like Taylor Swift that time.
Zayden, says a loss in a multi-man match. I think that most likely will be what it is too. Or there could be a scenario where he loses to a fellow Japanese wrestler who is, maybe not at his level, but someone slightly lower, and then that person can lose to somebody in Singapore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That makes a lot of sense. Taufik brought up a very interesting point. In a Q&A during the dinner date, Naito and Bushi says that they won't wrestle in Japan unless it was for New Japan. So that already can give a hint of where they're gonna take their talents to next.
Well, Southeast Asia. Probably, I don't know about him bringing it to the US. You know what I mean? Like, it could very well be a Southeast Asian thing, and then he loses it to a main eventer in Southeast Asia.
Yeah, that's interesting. You wanna hear some tea or not, guys? Guys, people wanna chat. I got some exclusives for you guys.
Okay, here we go.
Right? So clearly, I wasn't satisfied with this ending, right?
No.
I was like, I gotta dig in and find out why was this decision made.
You gotta dig in?
Dig in.
Dig. I heard something. Dig. He has to dig in, not whatever the hell I heard you say.
You okay, Mr. Young?
Yeah,
okay?
I'm hey, I got these new Sennheisers. It's very clear. What I hear, very clear.
Very Jisoo clear. Okay, got you. What I heard, of course, while I was digging around for information, was that, of course, I had to seek out Butcherman, right? You see, Nina already tegur us already, huh?
What do you mean
Your
tonight?
mind's all
It's every week.
Dear God.
Blame the Red Bull.
So I had to seek out Butcherman. I congratulate him on his year-long title run. Like that cannot be ignored, right?
Oh yeah.
He really did a lot to carry the title, and I was so glad for him, right? But then I was asking him like, hey dude, like, man, I was rooting for you. I told him upfront that I was rooting for you. Like, I wanted you to keep the title. I was shocked that he told me this, bro. He said what? I only found out about it this morning.
I feel like that is a type of conversation, right? Like, you shouldn't be revealing on the podcast. Just saying.
Hey, I told you I said I'm gonna give you some insider.
Right, okay, fine. I guess, that's true. I guess when Foreign gets the dig in, he really gets in deep.
I'm just reporting.
Okay.
I'm not saying that I'm not making any judgment on it. I'm just saying that he found the night. So that is very interesting to me. You know why? Because this really could be a situation where, like Brock Lesnar, Undertaker, right?
Oh.
Maybe all along, the plan was the streak to continue, but then maybe the booker felt it was right. Okay, maybe this is the night. Like, it's a big event.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to shock the audience, and regardless what you think, the decision was made, right?
Edison said, "This is some Dave Meltzer shit." Brother, are you gonna get like suddenly your phone ring? Statement.
Hey. This is why you guys listen to the podcast, right? You all listen to the podcast for fun, or you all want to hear it from me?
We want to hear you get your dick in. All right.
Okay. By who? That's the question. No lah, but I when I heard that, I was like, oh, wow, okay. So I kind of, in my head, I'm thinking to myself like, there is some ramifications to this.
Oh yeah.
Like it's like, I mean, maybe there is a agreement suddenly, like maybe, okay, I'm just speculating, like maybe Naito, hey, you know what? I'm actually willing to hold the title and actually help you guys promote it. If that that conversation came into the picture a bit later on,
Yeah.
then it would have made sense for like the booker to like reconsider, like, oh, okay, maybe we could draw this out a bit more, right?
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, I'm sure that's exactly probably what happened, right? A conversation was had, a deal was struck. At the end of the day, these are all deals to be made, right? So
Yeah.
whether or not there was a long-term plan to begin with, I guess we won't know until next year lah, or the next couple of months when things pan out. So watch this space. Akan datang, let them cook, as they say.
correct. And again, it's all speculation. There's nothing unless whoever comes out and confirms. Unless Naito suddenly can speak English. Yes, my time now is to be the SPW Southeast Asian champion.
What is that Japanese accent? That's horrible. Borderline. Brother, you need to listen to Japanese music now, just to make up for that, travesty of a Japanese accent.
Oh dear God, yeah. So like, I'm just saying, there could be a discussion that was held that make it that make them confident to make this decision. So yeah.
Bro, all right, there you go. Singapore's Dave Meltzer with the scoop. Bro,
it has begun. Hey, dude, I give you all the scoops, bro. I tell you, the poison mist tastes like chocolate. I tell you, decisions were made on the day.
Bro,
Come on, bro.
Oh, by the way, very quickly, talking about poison mist, I want to give a shout out to our good friend Nashwan, who works fast. My man works fast. Let me show to the camera right now. I don't know if you can see it clearly. It's a bit blurred, but there you go. It's on our Discord in the general chat section. It's Asker spitting poison mist on Foreign's face. So there you go. It's right there.
Dear God.
Please post this to our Insta stories. This is beautiful. This is a thing of beauty right here.
Dear God. Please tag me. That's beautiful. Okay. Anyway, okay.
Zayden says, Foreign, please go back to Apple side.
Okay, hey. We haven't even talked about Survivor Series.
All right, yeah, War Games. Okay,
Let's go.
Quick wrap up the vibe. If you want to give a rating, sure. If not, that's fine as well. But I'm sure you were sports entertained for SPW Tranquillo.
Yeah, it was a very enjoyable show. I'm still gonna let it sink in a bit before I decide whether it's my favorite show. And I think maybe next week when we talk about our SPW and Grapple Max, like all our Kick to the Gut awards for best local show, maybe I'll make my decision by then. But definitely a very newsworthy show.
Okay. There you go. Very fair. All right, let's talk about, did anybody wake up early in the morning to catch it, or did y'all wait till the afternoon? I want to know, because I feel like a lot of that also changes the enjoyment of the show. Let's talk about Survivor Series War Games.
Yeah, man. Dude, I woke up for it.
You woke up for it?
Dude, the grammar is gone.
You woke up. So it's like so past tense. You didn't just woke up, you woke it up.
I woken up. I'm woke up.
Foreign is very woke today. Okay, so yeah, I had a very late night last night. Came back from Blackpink, so I was still buzzed from Jisoo and gang.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Didn't get any journalistic opportunities there, unfortunately. But so I woke up rather late, so I only watched it. It was like one of those weekend things where I had to spend it with my dad, right? So I ended up watching the entire show with my dad. Again, one of those things that I haven't done in a long time. Watch a full PLE with my dad from about 10 o'clock onwards.
Nice. Okay, how was it? How did he find it?
He was mostly quiet. He's reached that age also. I feel like, I don't know if you guys have parents like this, but whenever they watch wrestling, whenever he watches wrestling, he's like engrossed. But then when the match finishes, like, wow, xiao. Just like that only. That's all he has to say. I'm like, really? That's all? Like, no other thought? No, xiao.
A man of few words. I respect that.
Oh my God, Zayden says, disappointment number 1, no shark cage. Okay, yes, we will get to all that in just a little while. What really stood out to me is the fact that I watched it late, right? I saw some of the clips on social media, and a lot of them didn't make any sense. So I thought, okay, maybe if I go back and watch the actual show, it would provide more context. And then I actually watched the show, it still didn't make sense. So, let's get to it.
Okay, I get what you mean, but I would love to hear your thoughts. I watched live. So I was reacting in real time to all the things that went down.
Yeah.
And yeah, I gotta say, like,
Okay, so let's start from the start, right? We had the women's War Games match, and I know that, you know, some of us probably listen to the Jim Cornette show, and he has very divisive views on women's wrestling. And watching War Games today, I actually agree with him in that you don't need a women's War Games just because the men have a War Games match. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like the War Games match should be like the Hell in a Cell. Remember, we used to have a big problem about Hell in a Cell being this pay-per-view where you had to have a Hell in a Cell even if the stories didn't lead up to it. In this case, I think the women's War Game match took a lot away from the men's War Games match.
I honestly felt like if there was ever a time to bring back the traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match,
yes,
this would have been the perfect match to do so. The women.
Agree, because okay, look, the women, they did a decent enough job of building this story. You know, the whole Rhea and Io, Alexa, and Charlotte. AJ feels a little bit like just insert anyhow one. You know, like she just returned screwed. Okay, not in that way, but she felt like a last minute insertion to bring the star power. Same with the Becky Lynch side of things, right? And
no, so I felt when Becky Lynch and AJ got introduced, suddenly the match became about them because it was actually building up a different way with Kabuki Warriors and Rhea.
But yeah, it suddenly became about them. But also at the same time, like, okay, my biggest problem with this match, it felt like, and I don't know if it's the wrestlers, I don't know if it's the spots that they laid out. Every spot felt like I wait for you to do the spot situation, and it felt like a very disjointed match. I disliked the match thoroughly in terms of just a wrestling point of view. Just forget about the storylines and all that, right? Just watching this match is like you watch Nia Jax just like, or you know, someone ducks a clothesline and they are supposed to like take the chair shot, but someone went a little bit too early, so they just stand there to take the chair shot because they had to take the, like, a lot of this match felt like that. Everyone was setting up for the next spot, the next stunt that would require a trash can lid or a kendo stick. It was very hard for me to watch, unfortunately.
I didn't really get into this match until like the last part where you had when Rhea came into the match. I felt like, okay, the business picked up a bit, but everything else, the setup kind of just felt very lame. No, I wasn't really a fan. Yeah.
What I took away from this match is Becky Lynch is the GOAT for a reason. I have a lot more respect for Becky. She was trying to ring general this match. Unfortunately, the pieces she had in there were just not it. I know a lot of people shit on Nia Jax. Sometimes it's because it's justified, sometimes it's not. This time I'm like, okay, yeah, it's very much justified because she was like, oh my god, there's so many awkward moments in there from her, right? And not just her as well. And we've talked about how I love Io's matches, right? I hated this match from her. Like to your point, Rhea was the only one who, when she came in, it felt like business picked up. Even AJ, and I hate saying this, but AJ in there felt like a child.
AJ didn't really contribute much to the match, in my opinion. I mean, except for the ending. Yeah, they telegraphed that. But like, I was surprised that you had the likes of Charlotte Flair there. You had, you know, Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
But like, they couldn't tell the stories that I wanted them to tell. Like, I wanted Charlotte and Alexa to have that interaction with the Kabuki Warriors. Then you had the Rhea and Charlotte. You know why? Situation.
You know why? They've gotten into this unfortunate sequence or this cycle where it's just about the spots. AEW is very guilty of this, and I think it would be hypocritical of us not to point it out when WWE does it, and WWE is doing it right now. The only difference is AEW can take it to the next level of blood and tax and like whatever. This depends on like where you stand with, you know, gore and whatever. But WWE, I feel, is doing that now. They're just doing spots for the sake of doing spots and not telling a story about it, right? And then I don't know if it's just the arena or the crowd. First of all, Lash Legend came out to like zero pop. Nia Jax should have been the last one coming out. Like to me, Lash Legend is the one you're supposed to showcase because she's the new one, right? She didn't stand out at all. Did not stand out at all.
Yeah.
Even in NXT, I didn't think she stood out. So sorry, go ahead.
I mean, even her size was the only thing that I felt
Yeah.
like stood out. But that's because everyone else was so small. But nothing about her made me feel like, oh, she's gonna be the next big star coming out of NXT.
So I want to ask you. I want to ask Chad as well, right? Does does Lash Legend look or come off as a star? Because to your point, she has size, but when she shows up, I don't feel like intimidated. I don't feel like whoa in awe. Like when Jade Cargill shows up, Jade Cargill arguably might be smaller, but she's jacked to the gill and she has that it factor, right? That aura. For whatever reason, Lash Legend is like a female Omas.
Oh my god, I was about to say that. Yeah, she feels like Omas. Just not intimidating, just big but not intimidating.
Right? So it's like, and then the spot. Look, she didn't bring out a Io Sky branded trash can, so I can close one eye. Oh, her friend go and bring out a trash can with Io Sky's name, because that trash can spot would have been so lame if Io Sky pulled out a Io Sky trash can from under the ring. That would have been so lame, right?
Yeah,
but it was Rhea who brought it out, so okay, I close one eye, I get it. Oh, friends do that shit, right? The dive off the top rope has become this thing where now it's expected. And I know this time she did a swanton instead. It's still impressive, but it felt very like, oh, there you go, she's doing the spot. Like, it didn't feel special anymore.
We've seen it at this point, 3 times? 4 times really?
Yeah.
She's gonna devalue it. I think she needs to stop doing it really.
Yeah, agree. She needs to not do or try to do it and then get stopped. There's the thing. I don't think she got stopped from doing it at all. They didn't build up to that moment. It was just, oh, it's time, and this is emblematic of the entire match. It's time to do this spot, so we just go there and do this spot. I wait around to do this spot. Everyone gather together. Oh, she's got, you know what I mean? The whole match felt like that. It felt like spots, and that's why I felt this match was just there. Even though the talents in the ring, well, maybe 60% of them are like top tier talent.
Yeah, you're right. Remember you told me like WWE right now is just looking for the viral moments.
Yeah.
The only takeaway I have gonna be from this match is just that spot that Io did, and I won't remember anything else about this match.
Exactly, which is a shame because I thought Rhea came off with plus a million vibes, million aura with her Terrifier cosplay, right? Oh,
yeah.
So who says Legend tasted Asuka's chocolate?
Whoa.
Was there a, I don't want to say botch, but there was a weird, like, it took her a while to get the capsule, or did it, because right after the crowd chanted "you effed up," so I don't know if they were chanting at Asuka and Lash that spot, because it took a while. Did you notice this? Was it just me?
I didn't really notice that, but I just knew that Lash, she was kind of like house on fire for a bit, and then she got neutralized because of the poison mist.
Yeah.
But it was tough for me to get into that part of the match because I already kind of checked out a bit. It was the first match, so I was like, okay.
So, I mean, but this is the entire problem. It felt like this match didn't get into a flow. It just felt like spots happening. It felt disjointed.
Yeah. I got you. I really felt like this could have been a 5-on-5 normal traditional tag team, and I think the audience would have been more invested, to be really honest.
Okay, Zayden says, I think the chant was that the mist was friendly fire. Okay, valid. I would pick. Yeah, I don't know. I have to go back and rewatch it, but I'm not going to because the match wasn't great anyway, right?
It was okay, but it did take a long time.
Yeah,
and I was quite tired even after watching the first match. I was like, alamak, still got one more big War Games match. And
so going back to the point of, because the men have a War Games match, the women need to have a War Games match. In this case, you're right. They would have been much better served, and they could probably tell a better story with a traditional 5-on-5 elimination match, because you wouldn't have the awkward weapon spots where they had to pause. They could have a normal match, and we know that with the wrestlers involved, they can have good normal matches.
Exactly. So again, I hope WWE listens to the fans' feedback and don't make it Survivor Series War Games. Do a War Games when you have two factions that have been fighting for months and months and months and they can't settle that shit.
Yes, preach. That's exactly it, Okay, the only specialty match I will say deserves an exemption is the Royal Rumble. I think the Royal Rumble is fine with the men's and women's, but everything else, Okay, maybe Elimination Chamber, because that's supposed to be Road to WrestleMania, whatever, right? Maybe those two matches. The rest doesn't need to be, men do, women must do also. Like 1 year, it could be women in the War Games and the men don't do the War Games, right?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah, I would even say Money in the Bank. Only do it if you really need to get a new number one contender, for example.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a hot take. I don't know. I feel like Money in the Bank is also another one of those like plot devices that you could use to propel the next star. It could be a lottery ticket. Yeah.
Well, it's just spread it out. I think WWE just needs to spread it out and just have a bit of unpredictability.
You want the women's wrestlers to do what?
Huh? What do you mean?
You just
I just said spread it out.
Oh, the PLEs. Oh, yeah. The gimmick matches. Okay, not the. Okay, anyway.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Rizak says, was space constraint the reason for no shark cage? Okay, so that's the other contention, right? A lot of people are saying it took away the vibe, it took away the storytelling moments. With the camera inside the shark cage, you have people arguing, that kind of shit. I agree. It felt very like, like they come out like Royal Rumble, like, they just come out like.
If it wasn't a War Games vibe, but then again, how are you gonna fit Brock Lesnar, Bronson Reed, Drew McIntyre all in one kit?
You know
spread up on each other, bro.
You know what it was? I bet you, Brock was like, man, I don't want to be hanging out the whole match there. I want to be in my VIP suite eating grapes or some shit, So they're like, okay, since we're not going to do Shark Cage for Brock, let's not do it for everybody. I bet you that's what it is.
Maybe that's it, lah. But honestly, at this point, I don't really care because, like, to me, like the match needed to present itself well. So, like, to me, that was the least of my concerns, lah.
And again, I feel like it hurt the men's match because whatever the men did, they didn't really go overboard, which is good. Because we've always said this, the cage itself is the gimmick. You don't need every person coming in, bringing in one table, bringing one kendo stick, bringing one this, that shit, right? It's too much already. And I think the women did more. And at the same time, it diluted the vibe of the War Games match. Anyway, it was a poor start for me.
Yeah, it wasn't that good. But yeah, you know what? Things picked up. I really enjoyed the next match for me. It actually was my favorite match of the night.
Wow. Actually, you are probably not wrong as far as a match is concerned because you can tell a much better story one-on-one. Okay. I'm going to be that guy. Again, you loved AJ versus John Cena. This again felt like another one of those. All right, let's just rehash. And I don't know what it is. Like I'm just not feeling this whole. Even though it's a much better option than Cena's botched heel turn, right? It's just him doing exhibition matches. It just to me doesn't feel like there's stakes.
I see.
It doesn't. It's like I'm just watching to see what happens. I don't feel connected to it at all.
I mean, we've already gone like a long discussion about how this year's Cena retirement tour would have been booked much better.
Yeah.
At this point, it's like the point is moot lah. It's what's done is done.
Yeah.
And if they really if Cena wanted to put somebody over on the way out, like I think Dom Mysterio is still the best option for the young stars.
Oh yeah, he put him over, but with like everybody and their mother interfering.
Of course, you gotta do a dirty Dom way, right? Come on.
Oh shit.
I like that. I actually honestly like. Okay, first of all, right, can I give props to Dom because their injury spot look legit. Yeah. Right. Do you see how he kind of crumpled on the neck on the Hurricanrana?
And this coming off the Penta injury as well, so they probably were leaning into that.
Yeah. So I don't know how can you protect yourself falling like that, but I legitimately felt like, oh shit, he really was gonna be injured and this is gonna fuck up the match. This can't be happening. And then I saw the ref was very theatrical in the way he was trying to gesture. It was just a bit too much, and I'm like, oh my god, they are gonna do an Eddie Guerrero and they're gonna swerve everyone, and that happened, and that made me so happy. Made me so happy.
I think everything Dom is doing right now is working, and he's like really on the cusp of being that next big breakout babyface. The match itself, it is what it is. John Cena is not the John Cena of 10 years ago, so you know it was serviceable. I guess it had to be full of shenanigans. Yeah.
It was a sports entertainment match, I must say. It really was. But again, what was the biggest story coming out of this was, of course, the return of Liv Morgan.
Which I have a huge problem with. Because
Tell me.
I stated right off the bat, I saw some clips on Instagram before I watched this, right? And I saw the clip of Liv Morgan slapping Dom, hugging Cena. And I was like, huh? Did I miss something? And then I watched it, and it exactly just happened the way it happened on that clip. Liv Morgan comes out, gets in the ring, goes up to them. There's a bit of tension for a bit, right? And then she slaps Dom. To which I'm like, because you know why? They haven't told this Dom Roxanne or Dom. So that made zero sense, absolutely zero sense to me. Why would you slap him? And hug Cena? That makes even less sense.
You know what would have made more sense? I get what you're trying to say. If Roxanne was still in the ring, Roxanne was actively helping Dom, and they have already teased that Roxanne and Dom are being romantic. They stopped that for a bit.
So that's my biggest problem with this. And we talked about it. There could have been that tease this whole time, but for whatever reason, they abandoned it, right? Remember, we thought that was where the story was going to go, but they completely abandoned it. If every week there's a bit of like him chummying up to Roxanne, them hanging out a little bit too much, right? Then this would have been like, oh, she's back to like, you know, like, she's jealous, or like, you know, Dom being a bastard, a cheat again. But there was none of that. So her doing what she did made no sense. And then her hugging Cena made even less sense, because Cena's a married man. She has nothing to do with Cena. They have no interaction. They have nothing with each other. And then the face change. I mean, that was a great face change, sure, but why?
Exactly. The only thing I could explain is like she has been a very vocal Cena fan growing up, but that also didn't play into the story. Like never referenced in storyline.
Exactly. I've never seen a clip of it. Treat me as a mainstream viewer, right? If I didn't know what the connection was, how could like any old Tom, Dick, or Harry being saying no, like they have a connection, and they don't even have a connection. Who hasn't in that generation? Who didn't grow up watching John Cena? So that isn't even a good excuse or reason to begin with.
Yeah, there's just a lot going on, and I'm thinking to myself like, they're trying to put over Dom, and they're doing everything in their power to do that. I'm happy Liv is back. I mean, Liv is a very important part of the Judgment Day character arc as well. So maybe they're gonna do the long, drawn-out tease of Roxanne and Liv.
Again, you know what I think this is? I think that they dropped that story, but then they were like, actually, this is a good way to bring Liv back. Let's do it. Let's the Dom Cena thing now feels like a last minute thrown together thing, and this would have been the logical way to screw Cena out of the title without making Cena look bad. So they're like, okay, let's do this. And again, they are now starting to book for the moments, which to me is a bad sign, right? Because again, storyline wise, as someone who's been following the product, the show, it made me go, the fuck?
I get what you mean. Regardless of all that went down, are you cool with the decision to, take the title off of Cena?
No, I mean, that was a foregone conclusion, right? Like, we all assumed that he was not going to go and fight Gunther and lose the title, the IC title back to Gunther. I think that's a demotion for Gunther, to be honest, right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad and looking forward to Gunther versus Cena, because if anybody can get a great match out of John Cena at his age, it would be Gunther, and it will be a one-on-one match.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I'm fine with Cena losing the title. I think we said that Dom should be the one. Let's move on.
Yeah, I know. Look, again, I am not against the decision. I just hated the way it played out because it made no sense logically. And I'm a man of logic, my friend. All right, let's talk about Stephanie the Qua versus Nikki Bella. Toilet break match.
Yes, let's talk about the next match, the War Games.
Okay, very quickly, I really tried to watch this match. It just meant nothing, and it's very obvious the WWE are looking at this and go, okay, let's just put this as a legend on Vaquer's belt. Oh, she knocked off a legend. And that's it. Because I don't see where they go with this. I hope they don't continue it because I don't think Nikki can carry... again, Nikki coming back in 2025 shows the lack of growth in the division when she was a champion. Or lack of talent and competition at that time in the WWE.
This was... We talked about this before. This was a B feud. This doesn't have to be on Survivor Series. It could have been the main event of Raw.
Yeah.
If the plan was to put over Stephanie Verker, I think there's other women who have done a better job. Imagine a Bailey.
Yeah.
Or there's a lot of other people. Nikki at this point in her career is even a nostalgia run. No one is really asking for it. This is more. I think this is more her. She herself wants to do this.
Yeah.
There's nobody crying out like CM Punk like Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella.
No, again.
There's none of that, bro.
Also, back to back, huh? Cena, Nikki, back to back. Both lose. I wonder if they console each other when they go back. Say, oh no.
No lah, Mr. Yadav says no lah. I'm sure they're fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're very cordial these days. But
yeah,
God damn, Nikki Bella though, she's still hot though. Just saying.
I wasn't expecting. I thought you were going to say, "God damn, that was a shit show of a match." But no, God. Thanks. I needed the swerve. Great swerve.
Yeah, I know. I mean, if nothing else, the Devil's Kiss was.
Yeah. All right, there you go.
All right, let's go. Let's talk.
Let's talk about the men's war game. And again, I don't know if it was because the women's war games match happened already, but nothing they did felt like particularly brutal. It was a better match. Like the wrestlers involved were quote unquote more snug. It flowed a little bit more. They tried to tell more of a story. There was more of a story leading into this.
If I was going to use a football analogy, this is like Real Madrid versus Barcelona, and you have the hype of this El Clasico, and then the match ended up being a 0-0 draw. That's what it was.
Okay.
Like you had all these stars, you had every reason to be hyped for the match. And the match itself, technically there was no issue.
No.
But there was nothing memorable in terms of even the sports. There wasn't anything memorable about the sports. So
and that's my point about the women's match. If the women's match were a traditional Survivor Series match, didn't involve weapons, then this would have stood out because then, oh wow, jumping off the cage, or nobody dove off the cage, right? Surprisingly.
Cody at the start, Cody did a crossbody.
Oh yeah, right. But you get my point, right? That whole thing of if everybody does a moonsault, then the moonsault means nothing. So in this case, the women actually did more shit with weapons and cage stuff. So the men look like whatever lah, nothing special already, what?
Yeah, and that's not really.
Alfred brought up, I need to bring this up. Fucking Jey Uso thrusting on top of the cage. Yeet! Doing the okay. This is when look, I feel like sometimes I need to relax a bit. This is sports entertainment and let the people have their yeet moment, right? But it takes you out of the freaking moment when you're like, oh my god, this is this pitch battle between the two teams. They are dying to get scrapping to get any sort of advantage that they can, right? And then you spend your whole advantage on top of the cage yeeting. Like the fuck?
I'm just happy Brock Lesnar interrupted because it's very Brock Lesnar of him to interrupt a yeeting. So
that means he yeeted the entire duration between when he came out. Oh my fuck, man.
Yeah. Anyway, I wasn't into that part, but of course when it was Roman, the last one, when it was Brock. Again, business picked up when the big stars came out. So,
hold on. So at the start, Zayden just brought this up. Great catch, by the way. Right at the start, Cody accidentally elbowed Punk, right?
Yes.
Literally, that only paid off at the end. And it's a blink and you miss it. Because I don't even notice at the end when they were having their, the losers chat, right? Punk literally, I saw him mouth, you elbowed me in the face, huh? Hey, you elbowed me in the eye. It's a blink and you miss moment. So literally that elbow didn't play a single role in this entire match. A lot of the things that happened in the match didn't lead to a storyline. There was only one moment which we will get to in a bit.
Yeah, there were seats, but I don't know. Sometimes WWE can't be too smart and try to wink the crowd too much because people won't get it, right?
Yeah.
Like even we skipped that last surprise, right? the ending of the match where like Roman was mouthing it off to Cody, saying things like this will be the last time we'll ever team. That is not really the cliffhanger that people care about.
Yeah.
Like people in the arena will just see three people just talking.
Yep.
And no idea what's the context that they say and how is that an ending.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I mean, if they started coming to blows, then maybe that would be like a talking point, right? But you're absolutely right. Like if I was watching, not paying attention, and then he just said, "Oh, I will never tag again." Like who gives a shit? Who gives a shit if we'll never tag? Yeah, it felt like a very anticlimactic statement. And okay, let's get to that big surprise finish, right? So in the heat of the match, suddenly a masked man, completely covered up. You can't see a bit of skin, so you have no idea who this person is. He scales the cage, obviously very athletic guy, comes in, does the stomp, the classic Seth Rollins stomp on CM Punk, puts him out so that Braun Breaker, huge victory, huge push for Braun Breaker, hits his spear, gets the win. So that's the big question. That's the big mystery that leads us into Raw. And this, to me, might just be the only glimmer of hope here. It makes me want to watch Raw, right? I want to try something. I want to try something right now.
What, bro?
On the count of 3, we both say who we think it is. You want to do that?
Okay, sure.
You want to do that?
Let's do that.
So, okay, we'll count down. 3, 2, 1, and then we say the name, okay?
Okay, let's try again.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Austin Theory. Yes! Brother, we are in sync. It's gonna be me. Chat, clip it and ship it, because goddamn. See?
We are always 80% right, so it's probably gonna be. Okay, first of all, how I felt? I felt like it definitely wasn't Seth Rollins. Biggest misdirection of the year probably, because from not me reading the dirt sheets, this is reported public Seth Rollins just had his surgery.
Yeah.
Like, literally like a week ago.
Wade Barrett did make it a point to bring it up. Like he literally just had surgery. There's no way it could be him, right? So there's this big mystery of who is it going to be. And I guess, in a way, it's important that they do that, right? They didn't reveal who it was immediately. Because I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, to be honest. Like they're stretching this out, and I'm pretty sure they'll just reveal who it's going to be on Raw. It gives people the need to watch Raw, but it would make zero sense for it to be Seth Rollins. Because why would Seth Rollins be okay with Braun Breaker, beating him up, right?
To be honest, with going down the theme of not wasting your PLE spots, like having all the big shit go down in PLE, I want the reveals to happen in the PLE. I would prefer they had just revealed him to be there right then and there.
You think so?
And then he escapes, and then they can still do the same spot. Braun Breaker wins, and then when during the post show people asking, "Oh, is Austin Theory aligned with the vision? Why is Austin Theory here?" Then you can have Paul Heyman shit steal everything and just say, "Oh, just watch Raw, I don't know." You know what I mean? Because I want people to get excited talking about it instead of getting confused and annoyed.
I kind of disagree with that, because this confusion and annoyance, quote unquote, right, is going to be what makes people watch Raw. Because, hear me out, Austin Theory is not a big enough name that when he unveils himself, people will go, huh? Him? Really? I think that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And again, I don't think it's Y2J, but some people have been saying it's Y2J. No. Y2J can't scale a cage that quickly.
Not even at this age, or maybe 10 years ago, I don't think he can do that.
Sekali, they reveal Y2J, but they got somebody else to do it. Just some random indie guy or one of their wrestlers, because they know, Y2J, I know you cannot, but we still want that big surprise. So we just claim it was Y2J.
No, so the one that gave it away is that he had to be somebody athletic.
Yeah.
He had to be somebody who can climb and scale fast and can deliver all the moves. I don't think it's going to be a luchador. Why would it be a luchador? So it has to be a young athletic guy, aka Austin Theory. Yeah.
Why not Grayson Waller?
No, Grayson Waller was at the back with the New Day selling some weird game which I didn't realize what it was.
The wrestling card game. Austin Theory was rumored as well, but he's been away long enough that people will still remember who he is, right? Because he's featured in WrestleMania before. But I think that's the reason why they didn't unveil him immediately. A, to make people watch Raw. You know, you always have to have some sort of a tease. And B, again, I stand firm by the fact that if he unveiled himself, it would have been a letdown. People are like, huh? Austin? But when they do it with, what's his face? Paul Heyman, you know, on the mic, selling and just like basically fluffing Austin Theory, I think it will work on Raw.
Well, regardless of it, I don't think the ending was justified. I mean, like it didn't make me feel like, wow, this was a great show. So that's the problem, right?
Yeah. It was one of those classic cases of the heels win, and then it just feels deflating. And again, the heels won. It was weird seeing Brock Lesnar like celebrating with everybody else. I feel like Brock Lesnar would have been the guy that even though his team won, he would just F5 everybody and leave.
That's the thing, right? And Brock didn't factor into the finish. I think the only contribution he had was when he kind of speared through the table while holding Jay in the F5. So then suddenly for him to appear back and celebrate with his team felt weird. You're right.
Yeah, a lot of it felt weird. And no, Alfred, it was not Ricochet.
No, who cares about Ricochet?
If Ricochet did it, he would probably do a 450 off the cage first. He can't help himself.
Yeah, but man, it's hard because I probably need one more day to like through the matches again and just to see whether it was. But it's definitely it's not as memorable as last year's War Games.
No, not at all. To me, that was an interesting spot. I was going to say bright spot, but then I don't think it's bright enough because you're right. It felt like a ending, right? Not even because the faces lost. You can have the face lose, but have it like no sort of ending. It just felt like, oh, okay, just another day at work. It's just a shitty day for me.
Yeah. So again, I also would argue, could this have been more emotionally engaging if it was a 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series match?
Yeah.
Honestly, can you imagine having Brock come in, getting eliminated, getting all this? Yeah, I would have enjoyed that more.
You can tell better stories like that as opposed to doing cool spots. And I think WWE and especially AEW need to start, waking up to that idea. I think AEW's problem is that they just can't help themselves. WWE's problem now is like they just want to generate clickable moments and viral moments.
You just want to make as much money as possible.
Yeah, so it's two different problems manifesting itself the same way.
Yeah. The thing about storylines is, yes, both companies have storylines. I'm not going to try to deny that. It's just that the outcome of the storyline is either there is not enough follow-up, they're not trying to follow through with storylines, or they seem to create storylines to achieve what they want in the most convenient way possible.
Yes.
AKA the last time it's not tournament, AKA putting them all together, dream match, but it's just to fulfill War Games.
Yeah, Irvin suggests LA Knight. LA Knight is athletic but not fast athletic. He's like strength athletic. I don't think it's LA Knight. It would be cool. It would be great.
There's no one else that can convince me other than Austin Theory, unless you put in the chat lah.
I don't think there's
anyone else.
Some people have said I shall speak because he's been training with Randy Orton.
Just because one match can do no lah.
I think I shall speak can be the next big baby face. Like how Logan Paul is a huge heel, I think I shall speak is likable enough that he can be a baby face.
You saw his YouTube episode, right?
Yeah, with Randy, of course. Like
he does feel very, very like a natural fit. He has athleticism.
He definitely does. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if down the road suddenly he becomes one of those like a Logan Paul,
Yeah. I should speak WrestleMania match next year. Let's go. Let's make it happen, bro.
Sure. Yeah. Or in Saudi. Yeah. That said, it was it felt like a very mid Survivor Series War Games. Chat, give us your ratings upon 10. What do you give it? I give it a 5 upon 5. 5.5, sorry. Like, it felt skippable.
It was it was only 4 matches, but it felt so long.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, the War Games matches are long, but I just felt like I didn't get my value, like my money's worth. Even though, yes, it was a long match, but I felt like, no, the value not there. And then also, like, there wasn't any memorable talking points coming out of the show. Like the mystery guy thing feels like a WWE 2K cutscene. It's not a... You know what I mean? The storyline felt like I can just AI generate this shit.
Yeah. The fact that you gave us absolutely zero hint. You didn't show an arm, so we at least know his skin tone. You didn't show, like, literally could be anybody under the sun, and maybe they think that that's a talking point, but. Yeah,
Nah.
like, I don't know. Maybe okay. What if the masked man did what he did, and then the heels clear the ring, everybody clears the ring, but the masked man continues to beat down CM Punk and bloodies him up. You know, at least give this masked man some sort of vibe, aura, right? No, he just came in, stormed out.
Well, that's again, it can only be justified if the follow-up on Raw is really worthwhile. So we shall wait and see.
So are you
But as
saying
of
that
now,
because we are speculating that the follow-up is Austin Theory? Are you saying that if the reveal is in fact Austin Theory, it's kind of
no, it's okay. Then okay, fine. I want to know what's the reasoning, but I'll be intrigued because I do feel Austin Theory deserves that spot. But if it was like some fucker who has no lead like Tozawa or what shit, of course no lah.
Hey, I trust.
I'm not throwing Tozawa under the bus.
I trust in Paul Heyman to hype up whoever it is. Paul Heyman is that guy. He will make you believe that freaking Spike Dudley could have been the guy. Okay?
Fair
Paul
enough.
Heyman can talk people in. But okay, it's not going to be Tozawa. That much is for sure. But
it won't be Andrade as well, like Irvin is suggesting. I don't think it's any of that. Honestly, yes, you're right. I think it's a 5, it's a 6 max. I think WWE just this year has been very mixed, very up and down. And do you realize all the main pay-per-views or PLEs hasn't been memorable?
Nope. Alfred just says it's Omas. That's why I chortled, by the way. No, you're absolutely right. And I think we, in our episode talking about the problems with WWE, we highlighted a lot of them. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like they've listened or tried to change anything. It seems like they're following this formula of let's just do it for the moments. And even if it kind of doesn't make storyline sense, whatever lah, as long as the kids see the 30-second clip on TikTok.
Yeah. Well, I guess that concludes our review. I think next week we probably will do a year in review.
Yeah.
We'll talk about all the awards, probably talk about, like what we like. I think it's going to be fun because last time it was because, wow, there's so many to choose from, right? We don't know who to choose. Now it's going to be like, how are we going to pick the gold from all the shit? So that's going to be a very interesting challenge.
I mean, that's a bit of hyperbole. I don't think it's been a lot of shit, right? But that said as well, yeah. If anything is to put a bow on the year, put a bow on our year as well, because we've had a tumultuous year. And chat, if you've been with us and you heard of our stories, if anything, we should come up with a new category this year. Foreign meme of the year. Nashwan, can we put you in charge of the foreign meme of the year? Oh my god! Okay, you know what? I need to get down to it. I think this is a category in and on itself.
It can be a subset of favorite podcast moment of the year.
No. It's the foreign meme of the year. Here, I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna announce it right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the foreign meme of the year. The nominees are Mexican music, Bukit Batok massage therapist. Those fuckers are still around.
Okay, fair enough. Good ones.
Red Bull. Or there's one more thing. What was it?
One more. What's the last one?
Are you a heel?
Yes.
Vote right now.
Oh wait, so who's foreign falling asleep?
Foreign falling asleep. Foreign falling asleep at WrestlePalooza.
No, not WrestlePalooza.
Wasn't it WrestlePalooza?
Crown Jewel at your house, bro. Remember?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
That's why I tell you. You also will fall asleep also, bro. But respect to Sahus, because Sahus said what? Right? He said that, bro. To be honest, I also fell asleep during that match. and then he was like, okay, at least you're authentic. You never lie. You're honest to the audience. Yes, I will always be honest with you guys. If it sucks, if it's boring, my face won't betray it for sure. So yeah, that's what it is.
Bro, I've done so many live shows. I've done so many podcasts and live streams and live radio. I've never had a co-host fall on sleep. Fall on sleep. Oh my god, I'm losing it. I've never had a co-host fall asleep before.
We've had guests fall asleep. You know what
I mean? That's a deep cut. If anybody remembers, you can go back to the archives. We've had guests fall asleep before. And I had to edit. I had to edit it. Oh my god! Actually, you might not see it because of Mr. Young's superior and not superior. I just spent a fuck ton of time editing it to a point where you couldn't see our guests fall asleep.
Poor guy. Anyway. So I think that encapsulates our year this year, lah.
Yeah.
Like the wrestling has been at times very, very cumbersome to follow. There have been some bright spots, a lot of dark spots, and dark circles on both of our ends. So I think we'll take a week to kind of have a think about what we're gonna say in terms of our Kick to the Gut awards. It's gonna be quite chill this year.
Yeah.
I know last year, the last couple of years, we really put in a lot of effort, doing award show and parties, and just this year, just don't have the bandwidth, but we still want to talk about it and spend that time with you guys. So next week, I believe Mr. Young should be our final episode for this season.
That's correct. Right? So, you know what? If you guys want to do a watch along for John Cena's final match, I'll gladly do it on my Twitch channel. Depending on schedules and everything, let's make that happen. But yeah, we definitely want to look back on the year again. Like Foreign said, this year we've been very busy, both on the job front, me on the personal front, moving house, blah blah blah. So we didn't feel, in case you didn't hear us talk about it on the previous episode, right? We didn't feel it was right. We didn't want it wouldn't do justice to the boys and girls who have been putting in so much hard work if we just anyhow put out a top 20 list, because we haven't gone to all the shows, right?
Yeah. So I think it's fine. We can talk about our favorite local wrestler, local promotion of the year or event of the year. I think that's fine. But I think in terms of like giving a list, we will of course still ask some of our Patreon members, some of our collaborators. But it will be a bit more casual, lah. We don't want to kind of officially put it out there. We will,
Can this be a moment as well? Us trying to order pizza during Crown Jewel.
That's why I say favorite podcast moment of the year should be a vote. Then they can say all the things that they want.
Cannot. There are too many categories, bro. Too many nominees.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, just cliff notes for you guys. Next week will officially be our last episode this season. We will do a wrap up of the year. We will also preview Saturday night's main event because Cena's last match is 2 weeks from now. So that week, I'll be off. I'll be already on my holiday already. But Young, feel free to do the watch along with the rest of the team. And then, that's it. That's it. We'll take a break. And then we are back, I guess, for a Rumble season again.
Yeah.
Starting all over again, bro.
It's going to be exciting times, especially Royal Rumble. It's my favorite PLE of the year.
Always a great time to start the year off. Yeah, so it should be fun. So that's the thing, like what promised to be a very big year this year with Netflix, kind of ending in a very interesting, downer. So yeah, very, very interesting.
And I think a lot of it has more to do with the unfortunate corporate side of things, the tendrils of the corporation, and then watch them make it into a whole gimmick lah.
Well, we shall see. They will later become the corporation. You never know.
The corporate ministry come back, huh? Okay.
I know. Dude, TKO, but then they make the TK and O stand for something else. Confirm what?
The corporate with a K.
Oh my god.
The corporate order.
Oh my god, no. It's okay.
Bro, think about the corporate order, but corporate with a K. Because they incorporate in Malaysia.
Okay. It's time to end the pod, bro.
The corporate order.
Midnight already, bro. Let's go.
Okay, let's get everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. Even though we ran a little bit late, but we appreciate you. We'll catch up again on Discord as usual. If you enjoy what we do, feel free to check out our Patreon. But we also have a free to join Discord where all the conversations carry on. Okay, we will see y'all next week. It's Mr. Young.
And it's for in the building. Take care.
Let's go.